straight chilling.
Yeah, how is everybody? We're tired. We're staying in chill mode for sure. Sunday.
We were in the sun and we went in the pool and went swimming, so that is kind of tiring.
Oh, totally.
Being in the sun.
Yeah.
It was hot.
I know. It was nice though. So nice out.
Want some tuning fork?
Yeah, I would love it.
This is a heart opener.
I feel like the vibration through your entire body.
I'm going to do one more too. I like the lower part.
When I close my eyes right there, it's just like golden light.
Whoa.
So bright.
Gee. These are so fun. I think it's super cool though, the feeling at the end when it's like just really light. Like I definitely feel like it opens chakras.
Totally.
Tuning forks are fun.
Yeah. Yay. Cool. I want to share a quick little story before I get started in our yin practice. So I was on a run yesterday, which quarantine turned me into a runner apparently. But Andrew and I have been running, and this guy stopped us when we were running, and he's like, oh, I think you guys are my neighbors. It turned out we don't live right next to him, but he started talking and told us that he just moved here about a year ago, and he was in the NFL before that, and he had a really bad injury in the NFL, and then he was misdiagnosed, and he was told that from his injuries, he only had like a year to live.
Wow.
Yeah, so he decided to move out to California because he lived in the Midwest with his wife and children, and then he got here thinking he was just going to live the year here in San Diego, and then he went to another doctor, and they said that he was misdiagnosed and he's going to be fine.
Whoa.
So he just told us, he stopped us, tell us that every day is a blessing, and it's amazing what happens when you look through life with a different lens. So I thought that was really cool. So today I just encourage you to do that. Maybe it's a different color lens. Maybe it's a color. Yellow brings me joy, so that's why color I like to think about. Or maybe it's a lens of gratitude, a lens of just being thankful for all the things that you have. And yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool that just stopped us to tell us that.
That's super cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
And also maybe just a lens to see things in a different way. Even though you're looking at a tree, like what else could you recognize in the tree, and what else of the tree shows you beauty, or just kind of switching up your perspective.
Totally.
Cool, Jessie.
So yeah,
I like that.
That's pretty awesome. So we're going to get started in our yin practice. For today's class, we're going to do a full body yin. We're going to start at our head or neck area, and then we're going to move down to our toes. So we'll finish stretching the bottom of our feet in the end of class. So that being said, we'll just started seated. As always, blocks, blankets, props are great for yin. Since it's more of a restorative practice, you don't want to be using your muscles as you're getting into the deep fascia, those deep stretches. So we'll get started seated any way you'd like. If your hips are a little bit tight, I'm going to go ahead and sit on a blanket. Your feet can be crossed, you can be on your knees. And then going to move the fleshy part out from underneath your sit bones so you're nice and rooted. Feel free to take some movement here, some neck rolls if you like, before you settle in. And palms can be facing down if you feel that you need a little bit more grounding, if you're feeling that you need to conserve your energy. Or palms can be facing up if you just want to receive and feel that you have a little bit more energy to give here. And then go ahead and just start to send awareness to your breath. Take a big breath in together from your belly button all the way up through your chest. And an open mouth exhale, letting it go. Another just like that. Inhale, fill all the way up. Pause at the top for a moment and then make it audible. Open mouth, exhale. Ha, H-A. One more just like that, letting go of any stagnant energy. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Good, seal your lips, tapping into our Ujjayi breath, our breath of yoga. Breathing in through your nose. Holding at the top and finding a slight constriction in the back of your throat as if you're going to whisper, then exhaling out of your nose. See if you can match the length of your inhales to your exhales. And then start to think about your intention for practice. What is it that brought you to your mat this evening? If you'd like to use my intention, just seeing something in a new light, in a new perspective, go ahead and think about that one thing that you would like to see differently. Figuring out how you can find joy in that thing, find peace with that thing. Beautiful option to keep your eyes closed throughout our practice, or you can blink them open. Go ahead and extend your left arm back behind you and grab for your right tricep if it's accessible. You can shimmy your left shoulder over. Beautiful. Then go ahead and take your left ear, drop it over towards the left, breathing from your right shoulder up to your right earlobe. Both shoulders are rolling back, external rotation, and down your spine. Breathing into all those ligaments and muscles and tendons in your neck. And always option to stay in stillness, or you can roll your neck forward and then back. But staying here, stretching the right side. Slowly straw your crown of your head back to center. We'll switch out our arms. Not necessary to take this arm variation if you don't like it. Go ahead and bring your right palm to your right bicep. Shoulder blades draw back and down your spine. And then go ahead and drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. As you draw your left shoulder down away from your ear, the reason we have our palm on our bicep is to just help using our palm as a lever to keep drawing that left shoulder down. Breathe. Option again to stay still or drop your chin forward and then back. Noticing any sticky or tight areas. Go ahead and stay there for a couple breaths. Using your breath here as a tool, imagine that you're breathing that energy into that part of your body that you want to relax. Breathing your energy into that space where you want to release any tension. And off of our mat, breathing that energy into any times that you feel negative or overwhelmed, or if there's something that you really want to let go of. Good. Inhale, slowly draw the crown of your head back to center. Option here to take a few rolls here. Maybe take some shoulder shrugs. Just releasing that deep stretch that we just took through our neck. And then shift forward, press into your palms, coming into a tabletop position. Hands tucked underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Good, a couple cats and cows here just to warm up. Slowly though, drop your chest down, tailbone comes high. Good, and then slowly start to peel your heart through, reaching the crown of your head up towards the sky, cow pose. Good, then to cat, tuck your chin towards your chest, press into your palms, slowly round, lifting your entire spine up towards the sky. Your head hangs nice and heavy. Beautiful. With your breath, inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. One more time through. Good, then come back to center. Walk your left palm to the center of your mat. Inhale, lift your right arm nice and high. Taking some shoulder circles here. First backwards. And then switching it forward. Now we'll take a stretch into our shoulders and our chest as well as our upper back. Breath in. And on your breath out, moving into thread the needle, start to draw your left forearm down to the mat to start. This is a great place to stay. If that feels good in your body, your left palm can walk up and out. Or you can start to lower all the way down. Now, if your shoulder cannot reach the earth, great place for your blanket. Just rest that shoulder onto the mat as well as your head. And then your left palm can stay planted or walk towards the upper right-hand corner of your space. Full variation, if you'd like to move into rolling panda, you can extend your left foot out, it's just a variation, and then continue to roll over until you're on the back of your right shoulder. No strain in your neck, however. Breathe there, a little bit more of an active posture if you start to roll over because you're playing into balance. Good, about halfway there. Maybe you can walk your fingers over towards the right if you haven't already, or start to roll a little bit more onto your right shoulder blade. Good, 3 more breaths in this space. Slowly draw your left hand back in. Press into your palm, moving slow. Inhale, lift your right arm high. And exhale, back to tabletop. Good, couple cats and cows here. Just to release again through the spine. And then we'll take it to the other side. Your right palm plants underneath your gaze. Inhale, extend your left fingertips high. Good, then taking those arm circles to the front. And then to the back. Good, then re-extend, find length in your spine. And then start to move into thread the needle or rolling panda pose, coming onto your left forearm to start, or maybe all the way down onto your left shoulder. Again, using those props as you need. Right fingertips up, walk up and over towards the left side of your space. Staying here, moving into the next variation, extending your right foot out, and then slowly using your right palm as a lever to roll more towards the left, intensifying the stretch through your left shoulder blade. Walk your right fingertips more towards the left side of your space. Starting to take this twist down into your mid-back, your thoracic spine. It's also getting a nice deep twist and detox as well. Good, 3 more full breaths here. Slowly, gently, walk your right palm back to center. Press into your hand, extend your left arm high if that feels good. And then come back to a tabletop position. Good, have a seat on your heels just for a moment. Maybe taking those shoulder shrugs again. Noticing how just about 4 minutes, focusing on that part of your body, how much different it feels. Literally feeling your energy flow through your shoulders, down your arms. Back to a tabletop position, moving into a little bit of a wrist stretch here, a little bit more movement though than stagnant in this posture. So your fingertips are going to flip to the outside edges of your mat. Then you're just going to play with rocking your weight to the right and to the left. Going only as far that there's no pain, but feeling uncomfortable is okay. Put a lot of pressure on our wrists in yoga. So it's great to always stretch them out before you practice. Good, and start to send your fingertips back towards your knees so your wrists come forward. Now if this is too much already on your forearms and your wrists, go ahead and take that blanket, prop your palms on that blanket. If it feels good in your body, you like more of a stretch, just start to send your hips back towards your heels. I'm not concerned with the palm of your hands coming off of the earth. That's totally fine. We're just targeting the forearms, the fronts of your wrists. can your hips sink a little closer towards your heels? Send that strong breath to your forearms. All those tendons and ligaments in your wrists. Move through your hands. Slowly start to lift your wrists up a little bit more, and then press into your fingers, taking the stretch into your fingers as well. Beautiful. Then come forward, coming back onto your knees, and bring your wrists up, roll them to the right, to the left. Beautiful. Coming up to standing. Just stretch our side body. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up, mountain pose, Tadasana. Feel nice and sturdy. Press down through all four corners of your feet. Tuck your tailbone under, drawing your pelvis forward. Shoulder blades reach back by your ears. Two options here for half moon stretch. Right arm can come down, left arm up and overhead. Or if you like something a little more intense, you can steeple mudra grip, interlacing your thumb and your pointer fingers. Take a big breath in, find length through your spine. And then on your breath out, bump your left hip to the left, reach up and over towards the right. Okay, now we're going to be holding this posture for a little while, so I only want you to go in about 25% right now. Remembering that engagement of your legs, so there's no strain in your back. Squeezing your inner thighs, your adductor muscles, squeezing your glutes, pulling your low belly in towards your spine. Good, dipping a little more to the right, about 50% now. Your left hip comes towards the left. Working to stay connected with your breath, a little bit more challenging in this posture. And then for the last 5 breaths, we go to about 75%, maybe even deeper. Keep drawing your chest up towards the left. Press into your feet. Inhale, slowly rise back up. Take some bends in those knees. Maybe drop your thumbs to your tricep, just wiggling out your arms. Or your thumbs rather to the nape of your neck, stretching your triceps. Wiggle out those arms, shake those hips. A lot going on there in that posture. Then re-extend your arms up overhead. Steeple mudra grip or left palm down, right palm up and overhead. Good, take a breath in, find length, reaching your fingertips towards the sky. And on your breath out, dip in just about 25% to the left. Good, your triceps are staying back by your ears and you're engaging those thighs. If at any moment you notice there's pain in your low back, just come out of it slightly. Or play with engaging your inner thighs and your glutes, as well as your core. Good, moving in about 50% now. Only go as deep as you can continue to focus on your breath. Beautiful, now about 75%. Or your full variation for the last minute or so. Draw your chin away from your chest if it's dumped down. Press firmly into all 4 corners of your feet. You are grounded. You are supported by the earth beneath you. And if you notice you're starting to struggle, then come back to that breath, knowing we're only here for 2 more full, rich breath in and rich breaths out. Good. Inhale, rise back up. Taking this into a forward fold, hands come to heart center, hinge at your hips, dangle or ragdoll pose. Options here, your feet can stay together or draw them hip-width distance apart. Micro bend in your knees, or as big a bend as you would like, laying your belly over your thighs, your head hangs heavy. Awesome release for your entire spine after that deep stretch and that twist. Stagnant isn't working for you, you can always interlace your thumbs and the crooks of opposite elbows and find your sway side to side. Feeling pretty good right here, and you want to move deeper, you can slide your palms underneath your feet or reach your arms around and scoop up your heels. Either way is fine, just taking it into a deeper forward bend, using your hands as levers to draw your chest closer towards your thighs. Slowly start to release your palms back down to the mat. And walk yourself into a high plank pose here. An option to press your way to down dog. Taking your rebound and down dog if that feels good. Or you can drop your knees and just come back to sitting on your heels. Dad dog. A daft dog. Where'd she go?
Right here, behind. She's right behind.
Oh, there she is. That's why I was saying it. Hello. Go ahead and drop back down to your knees. Good. Now we've worked from the crown of our head down to our waist area. So move into our low back, moving into Sphinx pose. So go ahead and lay down on your bellies. This is a great place for a block to bring underneath your belly button or your chest, depending on how high you want to rise. Or you can always stack your blocks. Good, now you can stay here on your forearms. You're going to untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet into the earth, and then just start to lift from there. We're actually compressing our spine in this posture. The discs in your low back. And the reason that we're doing that is because when we release, then all that fascia becomes more fluid. It's more like it's a cob-like, web-like material. But when you compress it and then you release it, it kind of heats up and then turns more into a liquid material. So that helps our muscles and bones slide easier. So again, pain is not okay, but feeling uncomfortable is completely normal in this posture. Good, and if this isn't enough for you, you can start to straighten your arms, but still keeping a micro bend in your elbows to avoid hyperextension. Double bonus here is you get a deep stretch through the front line of your abdomen and into your chest. And then if you start to lose that constriction, you can walk your palms closer towards your belly button. And only pressing as much as you need to into your palms to feel that constriction. If your shoulder blades are hunching up by your ears, soften them down your back. Good. Slowly start to come back down onto your forearms if you're lifted. We're going to take this rebound down on our bellies. So just place your left ear down to the mat. Arms come long down by your side. Send your breath to your low back, your lumbar spine. Oh, good. Press into your palms. Come on up onto your knees. Moving into a shoelace pose now, into our hips. Lots of variations here. You can do shoelace, you can do deer, you can do a half pigeon posture if you like, but I'm going to demo some variations of shoelace. So you're going to take your left knee out, and then you can bring your right foot on top of your left knee. This is an option. If you feel good here, the goal here is to target your right glute and hip. You can take a block underneath your knee if it's not touching the floor, or roll up that blanket. That's option one. This is a loose shoelace posture. If you're like, this isn't for me, or if you feel any pinching in your hip, you move into a tight shoelace by walking your left knee more towards the center of your mat, and then your right leg is going to come up and over your left. And the goal here is to work to get your knees closer together. That would be tight shoelace, but anywhere in between tight and loose is fine. So playing with those variations. And then if that doesn't serve you, you can come into a half pigeon pose. Left knee forward, or right knee forward rather, left leg comes back. Lots of great uses for props here. They can come underneath your right glute if it's lifted off the earth, or underneath your left hip and fold from there. So take a moment here to explore those postures and kind of figure out which one serves you this evening. And then as always, you can stay lifted or start to lower down. I encourage you to not go into your deepest posture yet, as we're going to be here for a while. You don't want to burn yourself out at the beginning. So maybe just play with very slowly sinking your chest down towards your thighs. about halfway there, so maybe you start to sink in a little deeper, noticing a space where you can soften. Maybe that means unclenching your jaw, relaxing the muscles in your face. Great time to have your eye closed, but don't squeeze them tight. Just let your eyelids lay down gently over your eyeballs. Good, just about 3 more breaths. Slowly coming up out of the posture. And go ahead and extend your right leg long. Maybe your left as well, if that feels good. We'll take it on to the other side. Again, playing with the different variations of a loose shoelace to a tight shoelace. Maybe half pigeon pose, if that is calling you. With that one, your left knee will be forward about a check mark or a number 7 with your knee. Your right leg extended back. Any other variation, use your props either underneath your left hip or your right glute. And then once you've found that posture where you're feeling that deep stretch through the back of your left glute and maybe into your left hip flexor, that's where you stay. That's where you soften. That's where you fully surrender into the benefits of the pose. Knowing that it's only 2 minutes. Halfway there, can you surrender a little bit more? Let everything hang a little heavier. Breaths here, sending that breath to your left glute and your left hip flexor. Slowly start to rise back up onto your palms. Extend your legs out long in front of you. As you release that energy into your hips, you come back to your intention. Maybe tap into the concept of what that looks like for you when you choose to look through life with a different lens, with a fresh perspective, with joy, with forgiveness, with harmony. And moving to our inner thighs and groin area, taking a dragonfly stretch. I like to do this with a blanket right underneath my sit bones, but I shift a little bit forward so it gives me that tilt of my pelvis. And then you're going to just extend your legs out. Now, great place for a block or other blankets. Roll it underneath your knees. If there's still tightness in your hips and you're not targeting your inner thighs, your adductor muscles. And then as you're ready, just start to inch your way forward. Finding a space that you can settle in. You can also reach for the outside of your ankles and use your arms as a lever to help draw your chest forward, making this more of an active than passive stretch. But this is your stretch, this is your practice, it's your body. So honestly, just doing whatever feels right for you in this exact moment. Deepest posture yet for about 5 more breaths. Taking a few breaths here now that you're vertical again. Time to recenter. Beautiful. Then if your eyes are closed, go ahead and blink them open. We're going to stretch our legs now. Starting with our quadriceps. I like to bring I'm going to bring my right foot forward to start, somewhat in like a low lunge position, but your left knee is going to drop towards the mat. Now you're going to stay here and start to bring your left heel in towards your glute. Then go ahead and reach around with your left palm and grab for your left ankle. Now if you need more height, you can bring a block underneath your right palm, or you can bring a stack more underneath your left knee. Either way, just little extenders here so you can find that connection. And walk your left heel out so it's under your left knee or slightly in front to help with balance. And then you'll notice if you just start to shift your weight forward, you'll get the stretch into your left quadricep. Good. Maybe now if you have your right palm on a block, you can walk it down towards the earth, or shift your weight a little bit further forward. Good. 3 more breaths. Gently release your left foot down. Now we'll go ahead and get the back of our left leg into our hamstring and our calf. So just coming into a lunge position, tuck your left toes, and just start to shift your weight back, drawing your left heel towards the earth. Now this may be enough for some of you, but if you're not feeling the stretch, I'll give you another variation in down dog. You're going to send your weight back, and you're going to bring your right toes on top of your left heel. So your big toe and your second toe will grab the back of your left Achilles right at your ankle, and you're going to use that pressure to press your left heel down towards the mat. Now if this is too much on your wrist, you can come down to your forearms. I'm not going to be here for too long since I know this is a pretty active pose. Good, just 3 more breaths. Beautiful, drop back down onto your knees. If you're not already there, we're gonna draw our left foot forward, taking it to the other side. Your right knee is on the earth, on a blanket or a block, and an option for some height underneath your left palm as well. Ensure that your left toes are forward, so your left ankle is underneath your left knee, or a little bit slightly forward is fine. And then draw your right heel towards your glute. Grab for what's accessible with your palm. Also great if you have a strap to wrap it around your right ankle. And then shoulder blades are relaxed down your spine, not crunching into your ear. And then right heel is drawing into your glute. Target area here is your right quadricep. Beautiful. Coming back to your breath. If you notice you started to hold it or maybe lost that connection, inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Slowly start to release your right foot down, coming off of your block here. Taking that variation for the back of your right leg, you can tuck your right toes and just send your heel back. This may be enough for you. If so, stay. If not, you can take that down dog variation. Your left foot comes to the back of your right heel. I like to bring my big toe and my second toe right at my Achilles there. And then use that pressure to drop my right heel to the mat. I notice I actually get a little bit more depth if I come down onto my forearm, so option to take that variation if there's any strain in your wrists. Breaths here. Slowly start to drop back down onto your knees. And then come to sitting on your heels for a moment here. Sending awareness to your legs, feeling that opening you just created from your hips, way down to your groin, your inner thighs, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and down through your calves. Now we need to release any tightness in our feet. Taking a toe stand variation. Option here to use your blocks. I will demo it from the side. I like to use my blocks. So you're going to tuck your toes under and then reach back. Your pinky toe sometimes doesn't like to be tucked under, so you can go ahead and grab it and tuck it manually. And then you'll probably start to notice right away when you start to sit your hips back onto your heels, that deep stretch that's coming to the bottoms of your feet. Breaking up that tissue in the bottom of your feet. Sitting nice and tall from your tailbone through the crown of your head, creating that straight line of energy, that openness in your chest, openness in your lungs, so you can take advantage of your full breaths in and your full breaths out. By sitting the weight back onto your heels a little bit more. Good, press into your block, slowly rise back up, untuck your toes, release the tops of your feet into the mat, maybe give them a little pat. And then I give you the option today to finish class as we started in a seated position. If you like to take traditional Shavasana, can't talk tonight, you can lay all the way down onto your backs. Or just go ahead and find that comfortable seat one more time. Palms facing up. offer you this opportunity to see life today from a new and brighter lens, a more joyful lens, a more grateful lens. As always, from my heart to yours, namaste.